we are. It's January 4th, 2016. We're picking right back up. We had a quick break. We ran out of camera film or storage space on the video player, the camera phone. So we were just in the middle of talking about Edward R. Murrow.
Yeah, he had a nightly radio program where he would relay the progress of the German invasion of Europe, or at that the incident I recall, it was when Germany was invading the Netherlands and Belgium and what they call the lowlands, and we would. I recall the time that I was visiting some friends of mine in Michigan in Royal Oak that had a cottage on the north shore of Crystal Lake, and the owner, my friend, his name is Mr. Colville, would tune in to the station, and we'd listen to Edward R. Murrow, and he was broadcasting from London, and he would go through a review of what the progress had been of the German military in the invasion. He also, it might be well to mention, he also was there and during what they called the Battle of Britain, which was when Germany tried to bomb the English cities and so on, to the point where the English would give up, but they did not, and so they successfully won the Battle of Britain. And so, getting back to the Crystal Lake, and we would, or Mr. Cobble had a big map of Europe, and we could trace the progress of what was going on in the invasion of that we were talking about, and on the map itself.
And do you recall which year this was? The approximate time you were learning about this news?
This would have been about 1939.
So you would have been about 15.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. Yeah.
And so the news of Germany's progression was one trend, but then the big event after that was kind of when everybody knew the U.S. was going to get involved. Do you remember which event that was? When you heard about it?
You're talking about Pearl Harbor,
yeah.
I think, yeah. Yeah, that, this was 1941, and we had been up to the this cabin on the Osable River.
Different cabin, not your buddy's place in Crystal Lake?
No, this would have been on the Osable River, which was between just east of Grayling, Michigan. Yeah. And the reason we were up there was that it was we were collecting pine knots and we put them in a big burlap sack. And pine knots were excellent source of wood for fireplaces. And we'd been up there specifically to, but it was about a 4-hour drive back to Saginaw.
Where you were living at the time with your family?
Yeah, and so it was during our drive back that there again on the radio we heard that the Japanese had invaded Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and so on. And of course that was what triggered our direct involvement with the Second World War, and we I guess the next event that affected my life as far as the Second World War was I had signed up to become an aviation, what they call an aviation cadet for the Army Air Corps, and that was about January of 1943. They called in all of the college students that were in the program, the Aviation Cadet program, and had been deferred, and they withdrew the deferment, and at that point, why we got orders or telegrams that said that we had to report to Chicago, and they'd give us travel orders to where we were going to take our basic training, and it was Miami Beach.
Okay, well that's probably a good place to pause, and we'll return with the next one on events leading up to enlistment, and maybe a little bit of early training.
Right.